Hello students, in this present video, I will explain answers of few questions from the chapter alcohols, phenols and ethers. Let us see the questions and follow the answers. In the question number 1, see, we need to convert the following compounds. Number 1, propene to propan 2-ol. So propene, here we can use acid catalyzed hydration of propene, where we can follow that by Markovnikov method, OH group will come at the middle carbon and hydrogen from water will go at the end carbon. It can be carried out in another way by hydrohalogenation, addition of HBr, where at the middle carbon, the halogen, following the Markovnikov rule, the halogen will go to the carbon where less number of hydrogen is there in the propene unsaturated compound, and next to that, by nucleophilic substitution with aqueous alkali, we can get isopropyl alcohol or propan 2-ol. Next, number 2, propene to propan 1-ol. So from in propene, we need to bring OH group at the end carbon. So we can follow hydroboration oxidation process. There in the two steps, first of all, hydroboration by using diborane in presence of tetrahydrofuran, and followed by oxidation by using hydrogen peroxide in presence of alkali. We get the propan to propan 1-ol. Otherwise, we can undergo this, we can use this anti-Markovnikov process, addition of HBr in presence of peroxide, that gives rise 1-bromopropane, followed by alkaline hydrolysis by using aqueous alkali. We can get the propan 1-ol. Next, number 3, from chlorobenzene to 1-phenyl ethanol. Chlorobenzene, first we can prepare from chlorobenzene phenyl magnesium chloride by using magnesium and dry ether, that is Grignard reagent can be prepared from chlorobenzene, which reacts with then ethanol followed by hydrolysis, acid hydrolysis, to get the 1-phenyl ethanol. We can follow that the OH group comes at this number 1 carbon. So here the phenyl group going to attack this carbonyl carbon, and this bond is broken. So phenyl group is joining this carbonyl carbon where the OH group is also coming. So giving rise this desired product 1-phenyl ethan 1-ol. Then next one is from cyclohexyl methanol. Cyclohexyl methanol from 1-bromocyclohexane. So this is 1-bromocyclohexane or bromocyclohexane, which can also be treated with magnesium in presence of dry ether to form the Grignard reagent, which can be treated with methanol to form primary alcohol, 1-degree alcohol. The earlier one was 2-degree alcohol. Here it is 1-degree alcohol can be prepared. That means we can get that 1-bromocyclohexane. Cyclohexyl methanol from 1-bromocyclohexane. Next, this is the question where 2-methyl propane can be prepared by using suitable substrates. We can use the Williamson synthesis process. So we can follow here that the tertiary butoxide can be used as the alkoxide, and the alkyl halide is the methyl bromide or methyl iodide. Any methyl halide can be taken to get the desired product, that is 2-methoxy 2-methyl propane. But in this case, if we use the methyl alkoxide, sodium methoxide, methyl alkoxide, and the tertiary halide if we use, then we know that in that case the methyl alkoxide will behave as the base, and therefore from beta hydrogen, from this carbon, hydrogen will be taken away by this methyl alkoxide, and we will get alkene instead of the ether. That means hydrogen from here, and from this carbon the halogen will be eliminated to form the alkene instead of this ether. So this is therefore the suitable reagent in Williamson synthesis. Now next one is ethoxybenzene by using suitable substrate. This is also an ether, ethoxybenzene. So here we can start with from phenol, which is treated with when aqueous alkali gives rise this phenoxide, sodium phenoxide, which can be treated with alkyl halide. Here I have used ethyl bromide. So that means this phenoxide ion going to attack this 1 degree carbon. So the bromine is eliminated to give rise this uh, the desired ether. Okay, next let us come to the second question, where it is given that write the equation of the reaction of hydrogen iodide with the following ethers. Now, first of all, when it is given in question 1, it is ethoxypropane treated with hydrogen iodide. So initially, this lone pair of the ether molecule combines with the hydrogen to give rise this intermediate, and the iodide that is formed, that combines with this uh, intermediate following the SN2 pathway. Here it is, the SN2 pathway is followed. That means the iodide is attacking this 1 degree carbon, and this bond is broken to give rise this alcohol, that is propan 1-ol and iodoethane. These are the desired product. Next is, this is methoxybenzene treated with HI. So the protonation is taking place, followed by the attack of this nucleophile at this methyl carbon to give rise, and this bond is broken to give rise phenol and methyl iodide. So we can follow here that in this case, since this lone pair on the oxygen atom of this ether can go resonate with this benzene ring. So therefore, there will be a partial double bond character here in this carbon, and due to that, this carbon oxygen bond, that means this bond is not broken from the benzene ring very easily in by the influence of the nucleophile. Therefore, we always get from alkoxybenzene as alcohol as the product when it is treated with hydrogen iodide. So these are the desired product, phenol and methyl iodide. Next is, this is treatment of this is third one, this is benzyl ethyl ether. This is benzyl ethyl ether. So here we can follow that an unusual case arise here, unlike the previous two methods. Here, first of all, the protonation is taking place, giving rise this iodide, nucleophile iodide. Now, instead of attacking this carbon atom here or here, the carbon oxygen bond is broken, so that we can get a carb cation following the SN1 pathway. This is because this benzyl carb cation that is formed, it is resonance stabilized. So here, instead of the SN2 path, the SN1 path is followed to give rise this carb cation, and in the next step, this nucleophile attacking this carb cation to form benzyl iodide. Along with this, ethanol is formed from this side. As we know that after protonation, this bond is broken, so the alcohol is coming from this side. So here we can follow that if there is possibility of formation of carb during reaction of ether with HI, it will follow this SN1 pathway. Okay. Uh, Now let us come to the next question. Here it is given that when 3-methyl butanol, this is 3-methyl butanol, is treated with HBr, the following reaction takes place. That is, the product is also given here. We need to explain the mechanism of this reaction. So here usually when alcohol reacts with hydrogen halide, the halide displaces the OH group to give rise the desired product. That means the bromine should come here at this second carbon, carbon number 2, but instead of that, it is coming at the next carbon. From this side, it is also at the second position, but it is not displacing OH directly from its second position. So how it is going on, let us follow. First of all, the protonation takes place when the hydrocide is reacting with alcohol, giving rise this intermediate. Then this carbon-oxygen bond is broken, so water is being removed so that we can get a carb cation. Here it is a 2-degree carb cation. Now, next, in the next step, what happens after formation of this carb cation? There is possibility of transfer of hydride from the adjacent carbon, so that means this hydrogen with 2 electrons are being shifted to the carb cation, this carbon, so that we can get a more stable 3-degree carb cation. So this is called, as because it is transfer of hydride in this next to this carbon where the hydrogen was there, so it is called 1,2 hydride shift. Hydrogen with these 2 bonded pair electron is shifted, so it is H minus. That's why it is called hydride shift. Due to that, this 3-degree carb cation is formed. Then in the next step, the nucleophile halide comes to combine with this 3-degree carb cation to give rise this product. So this is our these are the few question and answer of this chapter. Thank you.